A job as a wrestler can be great and you can make a lot of money, but for most, wrestling isn't a very reliable career option. Serious injuries are common, and especially in WWE, you can get released on a whim. That's why some former superstars have found success in other fields of work completely outside of wrestling. Here are 7 wrestlers who found weird jobs after leaving WWE. Remember JTG? You know, that half of Crime Time that was employed for years without making any appearances? Yeah, well, after finally getting released by WWE after flying under the radar for a very long time, JTG decided that he wanted to be an author. He's written 2 books since then called Damn, Why Did I Write This Book? And its sequel, Damn, Why Did I Write This Book Too? Both of which contain various true stories from his time as a wrestler. Shaul Guerrero, the real-life daughter of Eddie and Vicky Guerrero, spent some time in NXT under the ring name of Raquel Diaz. She never made it too far though, as she took some time off to deal with an eating disorder before being released from her WWE contract. Since her release, Shaul considered pursuing a career as a veterinarian, before abandoning that and apparently becoming a stage performer at Universal Studios Orlando. AJ Lee retired from WWE in 2015 after becoming arguably the most popular woman of the modern era. After leaving wrestling behind, AJ began doing some work with multiple animal rights charities before turning her attention to writing. AJ worked on an autobiography called Crazy Is My Superpower, which was just released in early April. In the book, she details her struggles growing up in a poor family as well as her personal battle with mental illness. This isn't really a weird job, but it's just a bit of a surprising path to take after wrestling. If you remember AJ at the end of her career, you probably remember Kaitlyn as well. Kaitlyn retired in 2014 after a reign as Divas champion as well as a memorable feud with AJ. After she left wrestling behind, Kaitlyn would go on to focus on fitness. She did some work as a fitness model before launching her own fitness clothing line called Celestial Bodies, and she also co-owns a smoothie bar in Florida with her husband. DiBiase Jr. had everything going for him when he was working in WWE. He had the big name, he had a good look, and he wasn't a horrible performer. However, he never found the same success as his father and eventually faded away, leading to an early retirement. The younger DiBiase would find himself a very interesting job after leaving the company. He would get involved with a company that buys and sells textbooks to and from college students. During his time in WWE, Mason Ryan seemed like he was going to be a big star. However, he just couldn't make it on the main roster, and after being sent down to NXT, he was eventually released. One thing you can't take away from Mason though was his amazing physique. He was absolutely ripped and definitely athletic, so it's no surprise he picked a career where those are assets. Today, Mason Ryan is a member of Cirque du Soleil, which is impressive to say the least. We all know of CM Punk's venture into the world of MMA and his horrendous debut in UFC, but he actually has another awesome yet uncommon job. Despite becoming one of the most popular WWE superstars of all time and the longest reigning WWE champion of the modern era, Punk left WWE on very bad terms. For those who don't know, Punk is a huge fan of comic books and in 2015 became a writer for Marvel Comics. Ironically, he wrote a series on Drax the Destroyer, the character who former WWE superstar Batista plays in Guardians of the Galaxy. And those are 7 wrestlers who found weird jobs after leaving WWE. Let me know which one surprised you the most in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, then maybe leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to Wrestling Hub for more lists like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.